Hello, hello, mi gente, and welcome to a very special episode of Border Sessions here live at Star City Studios. We are Star City Studios with the border of El Paso, Texas, and Juarez, Chihuahua. This is a special episode because we have a very different band with us today from Montreal all the way. They are breaking down those borders now. This is John Jacob Magistery, JJM. They are a post-indie band that experiments with sides of folk, soul, and hip-hop. Though they may be a little hard to pin down, their identity is very strong through the genres, and they know exactly who they are and what they stand for sure. This group is joining us fresh from South by Southwest. They have a new EP also coming out that we'll get to talk to them about. But let's go ahead and get you guys excited and in love with their sound just as much as I am. JJM, go ahead and take it away.
I wanna be your God. I want you to love me, and no matter what I do or say, how much I make you pay. Let me just save you, please. 'Cause I know that you can't save me. Let me just give you this chance. I could be your one if you need someone to believe in. Could believe, and you could believe in me. We could touch something that's real to be. Love. The Death of Cool. The Death of Cool. Well, the death of cool is gonna be the death of me, oh my. The death of cool, they say it's gonna be the beginning of my life. But I just want to run into a house with dripping walls, back before the calls of any doctor who knew my name. Maybe I'll just take a trip out into the middle of the jungle, find myself loving strangers in a shaman we all found online, and we'll all drink the juice and puke the armies from our mouths. The black streams of human doubt and the awful city slime. And the spirits, they'll all put the pieces back, and all the shadows in a sack, buried all in the middle of the circle, as we all mourn the death of cool. Cool. Right here. Cool. The birth of queer plainness in a world where nothing changes, but evolution is the queen in the absurd story of our time. Just a drop in the water, a piece of dust on our father, a parasite inside a white light that would blind God if he had eyes. And everybody started fighting. Peacemakers and friends, everyone turned on each other for their rights. And the streets, they were all strewn with bodies bleeding, and everyone with such hurt feelings. The righteous bombs, they destroy the righteous causes, and all the other things they claim to fight. And the pressure shoots in all directions, bloody hands reaching for connection, anger bursting with love and fury. Everyone's groping madly at the light, but it dims over the death of cool. 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 For the death of cool. Cool, yeah. 3 times for the death of cool. Cool, yeah. 3 times for the death of cool. Cool, 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 cool. the death of cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is John Jacob Magistery, JJM, live at Star City Studios. Guys, you gave me goosebumps.
Oh, cool.
That was amazing. I hope that you guys heard in that sound how emotionally charged and how intentional your vocals are. Everything, every moment of your music is so well crafted and it's so experiential. And I mean it. When we sat down and we listened to your music, it was an experience, but to hear it live is particularly special. And this last song, "A Death of Cool," I think you guys have a beautiful way of underlining the raw and sometimes violent undercurrents of life in the Americas, you know, whether it be Canada, the United States, Mexico, or across state lines. This is a content and the matter that matters.
Thank you.
And that was awesome. As you guys can see, I'm sure you can notice why they have been at South by Southwest, why they will also be featured at Osheaga in the summertime, which is one of the largest festivals in North America. And you guys come to us from all the way from Montreal. Tell us the experience coming on down, why coming into the States, what you guys are into. And before we do, let me go ahead and introduce Tony. He's over here on drums, and he's going to take the lead in introducing JJM to us.
Yes. We have the lead singer, songwriter, guitar player, Johnny Griffin. We have Mackenzie Myatt, who plays synth, keys, and violin and sings backup vocals. And as you said, my name is Anthony Lombardi. I play drums, and I make funny jokes sometimes.
That's awesome. Thanks, Tony. So let's get into why you guys decided to trek on down from your hometown in Montreal. I know you guys have been all over LA and all that good stuff. So why coming on down?
South by.
South by.
And then we just kind of.
Yeah, there you go. Come on up. There
Hey,
you go.
hey.
Hey, we can hear you now.
ALB, baby.
I gave him the signal. That was
You're
like a
giving the
radio thing.
Yeah.
Talk to the mic, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, it was for South by, and we just kind of scheduled some shows around, and we got in touch with you guys, and we're very grateful that this is happening. And yeah, it's because of South by. That was the catalyst.
That was the catalyst for all this. That's awesome. And I also got to say, I mentioned it in the beginning, you guys are our first band that is not from our general area here. We tend to feature borderland, but you guys are borderland. Canada with the United States is very much border.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting to have you here. And because of that, too, we're also featuring our beautiful Studio A here at Star City Studios. And it's our first show in this studio. We thought it fits your intimate music and the setting that you guys really do have come across in your music, and it's truly
Thank you.
beautiful. Let's get into it a little bit. So how long have you guys been together?
Since 2015.
All right,
Yeah.
2015, so that's a while. How did the first album kind of come together, and you guys are getting ready for your second one, right?
This is actually the. This is. We have one full length.
Uh-huh.
That was mostly recorded when we won that amazing thing for Ireland.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that really quick.
Okay.
So you guys won an international recording competition, right?
Yeah.
And you got to spend some time in Gourds, right? The Gourd.
Wait a second.
Gross
Lodge.
Gross.
Yeah.
I say
Close.
Gourd.
Gross.
Sometimes, ew, gross. So yeah, Gross
Gross.
Lodge in Ireland. And guys, for those of you who haven't, check it out. This place has had greats like Michael Jackson, U2, Snow Patrol, some of my favorites, and you guys have spent some time there as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
castle. It's like there's a pool, there's the hot tub, there's a sauna.
Ooh.
It's like you
It's
go
all-
there to stay there.
Yeah. It's all like a old stone structure. And
3 square meals a day.
yeah, it was incredible.
It was like way beyond anything we could have done by ourselves.
Yeah.
But your
Way
music
beyond.
most
Way beyond.
definitely, your music most definitely is that beyond though, guys. Like I'm not surprised that it took you there.
Thank you.
It's awesome. So your journey started there, winning that amazing, incredible competition, and I kind of wanted to dive into your songwriting process. So how do you figure out this synergy that you guys have? When Tony introduced you, he said that you were the singer songwriter.
Yeah, I write this stuff. Yeah.
And how do you work with Mackenzie and figuring out those very specific moments where you two come together on a certain line?
Rehearsing and hours and hours of just sifting through different. You know, we're like for this, we used to be 5 and now we're 3.
Wow.
So there was a bass player. We've had a couple of bass players. We've had some guitar players, and we just figured it was best to go with this setup.
Yeah.
And we just started doing stuff with Ableton and like involving a computer. So
The computer's our 4th bandmate now.
yeah.
Does it have a name?
Peter.
Takes up less space in the car.
Peter. That's perfect. The Rock. That's what Peter means. That's awesome.
Peter Mac.
Peter Mac.
Peter Mac. Yes, so we've been just doing that. Like, oh man, it's just there's so much. It's such a huge learning curve, and this was the first time that we were doing this. Actually,
Wow.
the first time was South by. We had some technical difficulties, but we powered through it, and it was good. I think this is our 2nd time playing. No, it's our 3rd time. It's our 3rd time playing with this setup. So, yeah, I'll write the stuff, but it only really becomes music when I play it with these guys, because other than that, I'm kind of just in my room by myself.
I think you're touching on quite a few things there. One is powering through even when things don't work out, and then the awesome moment where you do get to be in a room with other musicians. It lifts your music.
Oh yeah, that's the magic.
And in the songwriting, when you do you bring it to the room with Mac, with Tony, how does it start evolving? Where does it become you guys and it no longer becomes just Johnny?
I feel like, Johnny has a really clear vision on how he hears things and how he hears the songs and parts. And I guess that combined with just our take on those ideas, and our touch. Like whenever you're playing something, you make it kind of your own a little bit as well.
Definitely.
So it sort of comes together like that.
I think it's beautiful that you say that too, because it was unexpected to watch you two pick up that violin and start playing it after singing so beautifully. How did you guys kind of link up and figure out that you did have that connection between two singers? Sometimes it's hard to get that synergy,
Oh yeah.
I think it was just luck.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean,
at first when I started playing actually with Johnny, it was just violin. Like I didn't do
Really?
anything else, and then I just started doing the backups as well, and just added this at the end. And I think it just now from singing together so often, I feel it does meld better, but just from time, I guess.
it's
time
a
and-
constant search of trying
Yeah.
to get,
Yeah,
It's
just
and so
doing
is
it.
writing songs and playing songs. There's an element of like mystery. You don't really know what you're doing, even when you're
Definitely.
making it. I don't know
trial
what I'm doing.
and error a bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about influences a little bit. What are some of your backgrounds in music? Where did you kind of get your start? That's always something fascinating for us to find out. So
Tony.
let's start with Tony.
Yeah.
What's your background? Where'd you come from?
Where are you born?
I come from Montreal, and you want to know how I started playing? Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking? My mom has pictures of me 2 years old playing drums.
Little
So,
baby Tony
little
with
baby-
drumsticks. That's awesome.
Drumsticks and a diaper.
Oh, that's even double
That's all
cute.
you need. All
That's
you
actually-
need is one diaper. Not
So
cool.
yeah, my mom has pictures of me. Like I've been playing since I was a little kid. I started taking lessons when I was 10. Music on my mom's side, there's a lot of musicians in the family, so it was my uncle played drums and bass. I also play drums and bass. It's kind of like
Hand in hand rhythm. Hand in hand rhythm,
yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing since I was a little kid, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool. When did you link up with these dudes?
I met Johnny, I think in 2007.
Wow, that's
six.
a long time,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, we're older than we look.
That's a good thing. Dorian Gray's up in the building. Never age.
So yeah, I met Johnny in like 2006 or 7. I was in a house band for an open mic night, like an open jam night. And he showed up, and me and the guitar player at the time were like, look at this guy. Look how cool this guy is. Then he started singing. We're like, this guy's the coolest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God, you never said that? You never said that?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Oh, revelations of JJM on Border Sessions. Aww.
And then Johnny was just
He's never
like,
told me that.
you just came up to me one time like, you're going to be my drummer. And I was like, I don't want to. And I was like, you made me do it. And here we are.
Forced you.
Years
later, and I'm being forced to do something I don't want to do anymore.
Wow, that's incredible, guys.
Yeah. And then Mackenzie.
I'm a latecomer.
You're a latecomer, but it's okay.
It doesn't seem like
Well,
it.
yeah.
How did we meet you? How do we, you go ahead.
I just knew these guys from the area in which I work and we live, and sort of mutual friends. And Johnny was doing some open mics, and I was around the same time. So I guess that's where he knew I played violin.
Yeah.
And then he just asked me to play with him. And I said, okay. Now I'm stuck here.
Now Mackenzie's stuck with
Now
the
I'm
guys.
in.
I totally know that whole like chick and the dude environment. I tend to be the chick and the dude environment.
Yeah. Sometimes after spending a lot of hours together, and you just realize like when there's other women around, you're like,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
female energy. I miss this.
Yeah, definitely. How did you start playing violin?
When I was 4, I just had it in my head. I don't know. We had a piano at home, but I just really wanted to play violin. It was just this thing that I thought of, and I wouldn't let it go. And my mom finally, after like 2 years, gave me a violin for my 6th birthday after harassing her for 2 years.
Oh,
And I just have been playing ever since.
that's incredible, guys. That's a lot of years between you and Tony.
Yeah.
And you kept playing, and you guys met up at an open mic. I want to touch on that in a little bit. And if you don't mind, I'm going to hop on over with Johnny. How did your shenanigans start?
I started I was friends with a guy. I was best friends with a guy named Scott Potter in high school. And I started skateboarding with him. And he played guitar, and he liked punk music, and I only listened to hip hop. And I was like, this is noise, man. This sucks. And then, anyway, fast forward. I bought his guitar. I was playing like an unplugged electric guitar. I bought it for $40 because he got a new one. And I just played that every day, and I eventually learned how to play. And then I grew to love punk music. And then we got in a band, and we were in a high school band. And that's kind of how I started playing punk music. I only knew power chords for like years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So there you have it, listeners, watchers. This is a perfect example with JJM of one, powering through, sticking to your love and passion between the drummer and the violinist and vocalist. They have years of experience, and then also sticking to things, trying new things. And the open mic scene is definitely helpful and necessary in getting these groups together. And we have a budding open mic scene here in El Paso, and I think you guys are speaking to the power of just trying and bringing people together. This has been John Jacob Magistery, JJM. Guys, definitely check them out. You can find them on Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, SoundCloud. Find them by their name, John Jacob Magistery, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They are JJ Magistery. Check them out. And also go ahead and follow us while you're at it. We are Border Sessions EP here in El Paso, Texas. Proud to be part of the Borderlands. Excited to have JJM breaking down some of our walls and reaching some of our goals together. Thank you so much for being with us. They're going to take it away with some more amazing music. We hope you guys enjoy it.
You're looking out, looking wild, how far you've been. Time is stacked on your back, such a state you're in. And you snooze on the ever-renewing chance again. Living life out on the periphery. You bled and you let yourself to believe that a scar is worth far more than a victory. Now the girls, they run from you and you've lost your friends. Nobody knows how you're breaking free. What was happening? Collecting clippings from your winnings, from all your defeats. And you cry out, look at this masterpiece. You dwell and you're missing the beat. You snooze, you the fastest when all you want is in front of you. You run, 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 you run. You run, you snooze, you
You want to set your mic back up? Switch over.
That sounded awesome.
Oh. Oh.
Let's try.
All right.
Carol, I love you. Carol, I do. Carol, I love you. I do. Make your master see. I won't try to change it. Wipe the surface clean before you paint it. Carol, your face is red like a tomato, and you're spitting all over the floor. It's alright, I wouldn't try to change you. It's just that I really need you to understand. Well, there's one uncrossable line. I've watched you die 1,000 times. If you don't care to see why you died to, who do you expect to? I do love you, Carol, I do. There's banging on the door, and it's threatening the both of us. But oh, can she ever dance? If you let her choose the music and you leave her by herself. Well, there's one uncrossable line. I've watched you die 1,000 times. If you don't care to see why you died to, then who do you expect to? I know it hurts, and you feel like it's all a cruel trick of the angel. But it's always, but it's you, but it's always you who decided. You who decides it's you. It's always been you, Carol. Carol, I do. I do. Woo! Well, there's one uncrossable line. There's one uncrossable line. There's one uncrossable line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is John Jacob Magistery, JJM. One of the main reasons they are here is because they have a new EP, Harmony, spelled harmony. So get your harmony, Money, with a track by the same title, Harmony, pronounced harmony, but spelled harmony. Check it out, guys. Please follow them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter by the same name. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow Border Sessions EP. We are here live at Star City Studios from El Paso, Texas, with a band all the way from Montreal. It has been a pleasure having you in our studio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
very much.
You guys are awesome. Safe travels.
Thanks.
Uncrossable line. There's one uncrossable line.